everybody. How are we doing today? Or tonight, I guess. It's getting to be pretty late. I thought I would share with you something that I got in the mail today. Shocking but true. I bought something else. It's kind of fun, I think. This little tin toy, which I'll show you a detail of here in a second, is actually from late 1950s Russia. As original box, and I know what you're thinking. You say, well, wait a minute, Ryan, you're saying it's Russian. 1950s, wouldn't that be the USSR, which is the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic, right? Which came about, I think, I'm going to say like 1922 to about 1991. And of course, it was sort of spearheaded, October 1917 by the Bolsheviks and Mr. Lenin and his, and keep in mind, Lenin was, he was extreme left. He was even, he made, he made Karl Marx look, like Barry Goldwater or something. And remember, Marx wrote the Communist Manifesto because his children literally starved to death while Nicholas II, lived lavishly. Anyway, you didn't come here for a history lesson about the Soviet Union or Russia. But getting back to, I'll show you here in a second, it says made in Russia. Shouldn't it say made in the USSR? And I had that same thought. But we have to remember that in the USSR, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic, had, I believe, 15 independent republics, one of which was Russia, which happened to be the largest of all the countries, whose capital was Moscow, and of course the capital of the USSR was also Moscow at the time. But again, you're not here for a history lesson in Russia. The front of this box, I'm assuming you can't read unless you can read, Slavic or Russian. This literally says mechanical rail, which I thought was kind of interesting. And on the back here, again in Russian, you'll see at the top it basically says manual, and then the number 1 is intended for children ages 3 to 6. Number 2 is be sure to turn the key clockwise, very helpful. And then number 3 is do not overwind the clockworks, also very helpful. But if you look close, you can see the stamp that helped me go on my tie ride there, made in Russia. And then also you see the, I think it's OTK or OTK 57. You can see it there. That's what leads me to believe this was actually manufactured in probably like 1957, but I could be wrong. But here's the toy itself. Like I said, I'll show you here in just a second a close-up of it. But basically, it's got a clockwork mechanism. You wind it up like so. We don't want to break number 3, the rule. Turn it on, release the brake. Look at that. Let me show you a close-up right now. Come take a look. So as promised, here's sort of a close-up. It's in tremendous condition. I'd go so far as to say it's brand new, but I can't confirm that. But there's the key. And you can see just below there, you can see the arrow showing you to turn it clockwise. But you put the key in. You wind it up a little bit. There's the brake, and away they go. Come on. That's fun. Isn't that amazing? I think that's amazing. For as old as this is, I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. What is it? 70 years old? Anyway, there's a close-up. Obviously, I didn't overwind it, but I could watch this all day but I won't make you watch it all day. See, isn't that fun? I don't think you'll ever see another one. Well, I say that, and all of a sudden there'll be 47 of them will pop up. And I have another video coming. I mentioned something that I was on the hunt for, and I would spare no expense. Spared no expense. It'll be here next week. I'll show you what I got. I think it's pretty interesting. Anyway, I just got a kick out of this. I tried to look some of it up. Obviously, there's not a whole lot of information on it about who makes it. I think it said something about maybe Leningrad brand, Zavoid or something like that. It might have been the company, but there's no real markings on it other than there's this little logo right there, which I couldn't find any information on, and it obviously appears on the box as well. Somewhere on here I saw it right there. So I'm going to do some digging to see if I can get some information on that logo, but it's hard to find a lot of information on stuff that came out of the Soviet Union or Russia from the 50s. But anyway, I thought you'd get a kick out of seeing it. It's now part of, I guess, my train collection. One of the tin toys. I have no idea where I'm going to put it, but rest assured I will find a spot and probably play with it regularly, because for some reason I get the biggest kick out of the simplest things, and this is sure simple. Anyway, in this world, when you could be anything you want, you be kind, you be humble, you be forgiving, and try to have some fun. Life's short. Anyway, have a good night. Bye.